They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
All right, guys, with all the support y'all have shown on the videos as of late, really, I need to step my game up. I need to come out here and I need to make sure that I'm answering more of your questions, that I'm spending more time down in the comment section trying to figure out how your roster is constructed and if you should be making that trade you asked me or not. So from here on out, every video that gets over 100 likes the day it's uploaded, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the comment section and I'm going to answer every single trade question that was asked of myself, even if it's a ad drop question, really anything that y'all are going to ask, I will answer. So yeah, please guys, make sure you're getting your comments, getting your questions down below, dropping a like on the video, and we're going to continue to dominate our fantasy basketball leagues together. And in this video, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be going through and we are going to be talking about some players that are heating up in the month of February. Some guys that are at the top of the league, whether that's points per game, rebounds a game, assists a game. We're going to go through pretty much everything. And really, the reason I thought of this video is because it's a damn cold day in Austin, Texas right now. Right now, it's halfway snowing, halfway freezing rain. So, best thing we can do is talk about some red hot players to kind of balance it out. But let's get into it. And our first player that we are going to talk about is a player that stays hot, but now he is getting even hotter than he usually is. And this is going to be Steph Curry. And throughout the month of February, Steph Curry has been averaging 37 points per game. And it's not like he is taking a ridiculous amount of shots or anything. It's not like he's jacking up an extra 2 to 3 3-point shots a game. What's happening is just he's taking the same amount of shots, but more of them are going in. I mean, right now, you look at his efficiency marks so far this month, he's almost 60% from the field. He's like 95% from the free throw line. Absolutely ridiculous. He's scoring the ball at an elite rate. If he keeps this up, he is easily going to be the player of the month. And to go along with this elite production, with his points, he's giving you rebounds. He's giving you assists. I mean, he's giving you both 5.5 rebounds a game, 5.5 assists a game. And we know that Steph Curry is going to be an elite three-point shooter. He's giving you 6 threes a game at the same time. So no matter how you cut it, right now, Steph Curry is performing like he is the best player in basketball, which you could easily make the argument for that to be the case. But if he continues to shoot the ball like this, really any team that has Steph Curry is not going to be able to be stopped. But I will say, because we have not necessarily seen the role change in the rotation, and mainly this is just an efficiency change, I do not think that this is going to last. I think that Steph Curry will go back down to his still a regularly elite numbers, but not this elite. All right, so now our next player that we are going to talk about is also going to be at the point guard position. And this is going to be Fred VanVleet. And right now, I mean, not only is he giving you the production from the floor with 27 points a game, but what's more important is he's giving you some ridiculous numbers on the defensive side of the ball. With Fred, he's giving you 2 steals and a block a game to go along with that. And then we always know the assist will be there. He's giving you over 6 assists a game. He's giving you 4 rebounds a game at the same time. 49% from the field, 97% from the free throw line. So let me know what y'all are thinking here. I mean, Kyle Lowry has been mainly disappointing so far this season. And let me know what you think this split is going to be for the rest of the season. I kind of like the way the Raptors have been operating as of late if we compare it to very early on in the season. I will kind of brag to everybody that I was actually able to be at the Toronto Raptors opening night in Tampa Bay, the night that they looked horrendous against the New Orleans Pelicans. But it looks like this team could be turning it around right now with some very strong performances. And our next player that we are going to be talking about is going to be on that same team. And this is Pascal Siakam. And right now with Siakam, I understand that earlier on this season, he looked like he was going to be one of the biggest busts in fantasy drafts. But if you followed the channel, if you listen to specifically Johnny and Garrett, as I did not have the confidence, I did not have the balls to go out there and tell you to try to trade for Pascal Siakam on the low. Johnny and Garrett, on the other hand, they definitely did. They came out here and they told y'all to go and aggressively trade for Pascal Siakam because they thought that he was going to be able to turn his season around. And it looks like in the month of February, that is exactly what is happening. I mean, right now with Siakam, 24 points a game this month, 6.5 rebounds, 5 assists, but more importantly, just like VanVleet, what he is giving you is elite defensive production. He's giving you 2 steals a game and a block a game to go along with that. So if these numbers continue, I think Pascal Siakam is going to prove that he was worth your draft selection. And if people really don't understand that the Toronto Raptors are turning things around, and I want to remind everyone, it was kind of extremely hard for us to hold the Raptors to high expectations coming into the year, considering that they had a very short notice of saying, hey, you know your home's in Toronto, you know how you live there, you have your family there and everything? Well, forget about that. Pack it up. You're going down to Tampa, Florida, and you're going to be playing the season there while you travel across the country during COVID. So obviously, I think we should have expected them to start slow, but it looks like things may be turning around right now for a few key Raptors players. All right, so now let's go to our next player, probably one of the most exciting players on this list, and this is going to be DeAaron Fox. Now, right now, DeAaron Fox, absurd numbers. 31 points a game, 9 assists, 3.5 rebounds, a steal. And what DeAaron Fox is providing you this season that we really have not necessarily seen from him before is he is shooting the 3 ball at will. It's going in, and defenses are having to react. They're having to go over the top of screens instead of backing off. And we know with DeAaron Fox and how he is that elite level athlete, that one small change in his game is going to open up so many different things on the court, where whenever he does not necessarily have the defender slacking off on him, his numbers are getting bumped up. I mean, he's up to 52% from the field. And while all of these numbers look elite, I do not think that we should expect them to maintain, even though this entire Kings roster looks like it's finally coming together. We know the majority of their key players are actually young guys that are still developing. So this is a team, while I know a lot of people are going to scream that they are going to go back to being one of the worst teams in the NBA, I think they are turning a corner. I think that the overall unit is going to continue to improve with Halliburton, with Fox finally learning how to develop together. I think it's exciting for Sacramento fans, but just 31 points a game this month, 9 assists. We know that those numbers cannot maintain for De'Aaron Fox. All right, so now our next player that we are going to talk about is kind of heating up in a different way in fantasy. This is going to be Clint Capela. And I know Capela is not necessarily a player that you're thinking of that's lighting the world on fire right now, just with 12 points a game. But Capela is not someone that you're relying on if you are looking for him to go out there and give you 22 points a game. What you are looking for from Capela is you want elite rebounding and you want the blocks to be up, which they are. I mean, right now with Capela, he's giving you 13 rebounds a game, 2 blocks at the same time, and for people playing in category leagues, he is shooting close to 60% from the field. So obviously, we need to take note of all these, especially on a Hawks roster that has seen some moving parts, some injured players as of late. We need to see what Capela is doing in this rotation to kind of stand out and if he's going to be able to provide us fantasy value, which so far he is. All right, so now our next player, very similar to the Steph Curry. This is someone that I just feel like we need to bring up, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And right now with Giannis, I know he's been getting a ton of disrespect, specifically around regular NBA circles, where they are not even considering him to being in the MVP race just because of his past poor playoff performances, where when a team goes out there like the Miami Heat last year with a strong game plan to stop Giannis in particular, he's not a LeBron, he's not a Kevin Durant. He can't just break through that game plan and then single-handedly win the series on his own. But for fantasy, it doesn't matter, guys. I mean, what are we talking about with Giannis here? I mean, yes, if you're playing in a category league, we do not want Giannis on our roster. I said that whenever we were doing our drafts this offseason, that I would have preferred a Jokic. I would have preferred someone else in that first round range over Giannis in a category league because of his free throw percentage and how he was going to completely tank you there. But if you're playing in a points league right now, I mean, Giannis, 30 points a game so far this month, over 10 rebounds, over a block and a half, only 2.5 turnovers at the same time, which we know if you're seeing a player have the ball in his hands as much as Giannis does, you would expect that number to be higher than 2.5. So Giannis so far is having a fantastic month in February. Really excited to see where it continues. And I just felt the need to bring him up because he's being disrespected in a lot of places. All right, so now our last player that we are going to talk about is going to be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And right now, talk about someone taking the next step. I mean, in the month of February, 26 points a game, 7.5 rebounds, 7.5 assists, 6 rebounds, 50% from the field, 85% from the free throw line. Now, this is a player that I was trying to get y'all to buy low on a couple weeks back. I mean, I love Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We know that these younger players at the same time are going to be providing us with more minutes. They're going to be playing more games, and they are going to continue to develop. So at the end of this season, he could be looking at numbers that maybe match this on a regular basis. And if that's going to be the case, for the price you got him in fantasy this year, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on a very bad Oklahoma City Thunder roster could be one of the true league winners from the 2021 season. Now, thank you guys. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I really hope y'all got something from it. As always, if y'all did, go down there, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a ton, and I'll see y'all with the video tomorrow.